Thank you for joining us on CBS News Colorado. I'm Kelly Worthman. National Poison Prevention Week happens every year during the third full week of March, and this year that's March 20th through the 26th. According to the Health Resources and Services Administration, the week focuses on the dangers of poisoning and promotes community involvement in preventing them. Joining us now is Injury Prevention Manager Melanie Wizzardo from Swedish Medical Center. She's here as part of that community prevention to tell us how to stay safe. So Melanie, thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate your time. I'm very interested to read this here. I want to make sure I get the statistic right, that poisonings are the third leading cause of unintentional injury death in children. That is wild for me to just hear that, let alone read that. So what can we do to prevent this?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. So really, when we talk about poison control, the most common poisonings that happen are not intentional. And they're often with things that we commonly find in the household, like medications, plants, other things like cleaning products and cosmetics. So we want to make sure that we're containing those products, and specifically we want to keep those away from other products like food. So keeping them in separate cabinets is going to be a really great way to prevent poisonings.
You were kind of hinting on this, Melanie, but what are some of the common products, those household products, that might cause these issues?
Well, I happen to have some examples here today, and I want to really show you just how easy it is to mistake these things, especially for little kids who can't read, okay? So here's a really common product that we'd see in the household that's perfectly safe for kids. However, if this is sitting right next to something like this, how is a kid going to be able to tell? Okay, another one that I like to bring here today is another pretty common thing, okay? Some blue Gatorade. And I have two products here that this could be mistaken for. So one here is this blue mouthwash, and another is one that we like to fill up, I know, every couple of months or so, is our windshield wiper fluid. Really easy to mistake. This one here is a really yummy thing that we like with our movies, okay? So some little red hot tamales. And if we look at these, or these, you can see they could look alike, but I want to show you what it looks like if I put all three of those in my hand here.
Right.
Okay, so if I can hardly tell the difference with those, should we really be expecting our kids to?
Absolutely, and I think that that's easy to mistake, both from a kid's perspective, even an adult perspective. I mean, what pill am I taking? Is this candy? I mean, that can be tricky. And I'm also reading here that poison control calls typically happen between 4 and 10 p.m. Can you explain that and explain why that is?
Yeah, sure. So most households, that's just a really hectic time of day. I don't know about you if you have kids, but I do. I have two toddlers, and we're getting dinner on the table. We're doing bedtime. We're reading books, homework, whatever it is. It's a really hectic time of day, and it's an easy time to get distracted. So just hectic time, lots of distractions.
Sure. So when there's distractions happening, whether kids are coming home from school, parents coming home from work, or it's just a busy time of the day, and noting those products that you were just kind of showing us, is there important discussions that maybe parents and families could be having to talk to their young kids and even to their older kids about knowing the difference between these products and the dangers that come with them?
Sure. So one really important thing is we all, as parents and caregivers, should have the poison control number stored in our phone. So that number is 800-222-1222. That's the national number. And then, of course, if there's anything that looks just off and you have an intuition, parent intuition is a real thing. Anything looks off or your child is suffering, call 911 right away. Button batteries are another really big one that we see. They're the perfect size to get stuck in the esophagus, and it's a scary fact that those can burn through the esophagus in less than 2 hours.
It's frightening. I mean, there's so much that, people might not realize can be that dangerous. Melanie, is there anything that you think that we're missing that we should highlight, especially as we head into this Poison Prevention Week?
No, I think we covered it.
All right. Well, Melanie, thank you so much for your time and for that helpful information. And remember, you can find more information on Poison Prevention Week on cbsdenver.com.